Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave, Talos. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue looking at the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave. As in front of me we have Talos from Secret Invasion, one of the main Skrull characters that we were introduced to during the first Captain Marvel movie. He befriended Nick Fury and is an ally to the people of Earth, so it was nice to see him pop up again in Secret Invasion, which is based in sort of present day within the MCU rather than back in the 90s. And it is technically the second time we have got Talos in the Marvel Legends line, but this time is better as they have gave us both his Skrull and human forms, so we get a very nice likeness to Ben Mendelsohn. So I think they have done this one really well. One I was excited to add to the collection for sure. So here we have him on the front of the packaging in his Skrull form with the Secret Invasion logo. Now my Nick Fury review turned into a proper bitch and moan about Secret Invasion, so I'm going to try and avoid that on this video. Go and check out my Nick Fury review if you haven't already. We get a Skrull logo up top, another image on the side. On the back of the box, a digital render, this time in his Ben Mendelsohn human form, and it shows you those accessory pieces to swap out. You will need to get him if you're building the Hydra Stomper, as he does come with a Build-A-Figure part. Full review is already on the channel, and if you want to see what he looks like, there is the Hydra Stomper completely built. To build him, you will need to buy 6 figures in this wave. Today we're reviewing Talos. So I do have some opinions on Talos and his appearance in the show. I can't help myself, I'm going to have to speak about it, but let's get them open. So I'm just going to say spoilers from the get-go about Secret Invasion in case I sort of go off on a rant again. But here we have Talos out of the packaging with his accessories, which of course give us that option to turn him into his Skrull form. This is one of those occasions where Hasbro got it bang on. They gave us the exact accessories we needed to sort of complete this figure. So we get the nice Ben Mendelsohn likeness, which looks really good. A new civilian, completely pinless body. You'll notice how he's standing, no problem at all. Pinless knees and elbows. And then you get those interchangeable parts as well. So as I said, one I think they have done really well. So let me get the tape measure out, see what's going on. Now I know it's just a boring civilian body, but it's all about that character representation. And now we can have a Skrull. So you can see he is under 6.5 inches, but over 6 3/4. So somewhere in between. So yeah, as I said, the second Talos figure we have in our MCU collection, but this one is a lot better as it's a proper representation of both forms of the character now he's on Earth. So of course I'm going to zoom in, but before we do that, let's have a quick word from a website I think you might want to check out. Let me introduce you to legendsverse.com, a place all Marvel Legends collectors are going to want to know about. If you are looking for an easy way to keep track of your collection, what figures you have, and create wish lists, then Legendsverse can do all of this and so much more. It's a comprehensive Marvel Legends database that once you have added your collection, gives you stats like how many figures you own, how many waves and Build-A-Figures you have completed, and how much your collection is worth right now. Organize your collection in teams, upload photos of each figure, look at price guides, and share your collection with friends by showcasing your own profile. Go and sign up and see for yourself. Legendsverse.com. Links to the website and all of the socials are in the video description below. If you like Marvel Legends, then it's worth checking out. Now back to Talos here in his human form with a striking resemblance to Ben Mendelsohn. And that's one of the highlights of this figure, is how good the likeness is. Sometimes when you zoom in, it doesn't always do it justice, but even close up here, it is really nice. Remember, this isn't even the first time we have got a Ben Mendelsohn action figure from Hasbro, as the Star Wars Black Series team have I've already given it a go with Krennic. So I think the Marvel team have on beat here. This is a better likeness overall and a great representation of the character. So yeah, great likeness. Even from like a side profile, they've done a great job. He's got a nice hair sculpt with some wash in the hair, so it does bring out some of those details. It's like a dirty blonde, isn't it? And it sort of looks like he's got grey eyebrows as well, or maybe they're just blonde. But even still, I think they've got a great likeness. And the head and neck are one piece, and that is so you can swap out with the Skrull and make it more accurate. So you do get a bit of a pigeon neck with the back and forth tilt, but you get your swivel there as well. But it does look seamless all the same. So I will show you how that swaps out in a minute. But great likeness. Now he's wearing this new civilian body as well. I'm not sure we've seen this before. You got the shirt underneath with the ab crunch, a couple of loose buttons up top. You got the jacket with some sculpted buttons and then like a sort of collar, and then you've got the double jointed pinless elbows, which is a very nice touch. So the arms will go way past 90, bicep swivel, and then double jointed elbows. He can touch his own shoulder. So great range there on this new body. And the crunch obviously can go forward because it's not hindered by the jacket, but of course the jacket will hinder it going back. But you can see the ab crunches there. You also get your swivel just under the belt as well. The legs will go that far forward. There's a thigh cut just underneath the jacket here, and you'll notice double jointed pinless knees. Can he kick his own butt? Yes, of course he can. And he's not wearing those crappy shiny dance shoes. He's got some thicker boots on as well, and there's some nice sculpted detail with the creasing as well. We might have seen these legs before, I'm not too sure, but even still, it is a nice pinless civilian body that works really well. Just to focus on his hands for a second, you get one sort of open grip, and then this hand is actually a trigger finger hand. Now he does shoot some guns in the show, so I guess you could just rob a gun from Nick Fury. Nick Fury did come with two, so he will hold a gun in one hand, no problem. He just doesn't come with any. His accessories are of course much more important for the character, as it turns him into a Skrull. And would you look at that? Very nicely done. So of course you just swap out the hands, and he has two of the same, open grip and then a trigger finger hand. And then it's all about this head sculpt here with the neck being attached to it. Does make it like a seamless transition just behind the collar there, so you get no skin tone showing on here at all. He is completely Skrulled out now in this new body. So let's zoom in. Now you'll notice this isn't just reused from the Captain Marvel wave. This is a brand new Skrull head sculpt, and I do think it is a better one generally, as the proportions are better, and the digital face printing tech is not just used for like the eyes. It actually is used on like some of the purple veins on his face, but he has like the Thanos style chin with the sculpted lines, and then the big thick ears as well. So I think they've done a really good job here. Again, it cuts a very mean silhouette. Really great representation of the MCU Skrulls, which are not too far off from the comics either. So I do really like that element. And again, you can see that purple sort of paint going all the way around to the back as well. So yeah, really, really nice. Look how big those ears are. They sort of had Grinch tendencies, don't they, as well, with the nose. But all in all, they've done a great job. So if I throw up a comparison with the previous Skrull head sculpt from that Captain Marvel wave I was talking about, you can see it is a little bit different, as the head sculpt is a little bit smaller on the old one, and it has got like more purple patterns on it, and the eyes are just a little bit darker. So yeah, both decent head sculpts for Skrulls, but I do think that this new one is a better representation to how the Skrulls ended up looking within the MCU. But even still, both are nice, and I guess the old one can just be a generic Skrull on the shelf now, where this one can be Talos in particular. And let's bring in the Ben Mendelsohn head as well, so you can see your options entirely. You can either have the Skrull Talos or human form hidden Talos with that Ben Mendelsohn likeness. So options for the display are always a good thing, and I think both of these are great choices. So no wrong option for the shelf. It is personal preference. And of course you can mix and match. So here we have the human head with the Skrull hands, and it is simple to swap out. Literally pop off at the neck, and as I said, the head is attached to the neck, and then you get the Skrull into the neck peg, and it does hide very well behind the collar like so. So yeah, very easy to swap out. So let's jump into some comparisons, and let's start off with a cast of characters that all appeared in Secret Invasion. So we have Everett Ross, Maria Hill, Nicholas J. Fury, and then Colonel James Rhodes. Now, technically, that is a custom head sculpt on the old young Nick Fury body, but it is still a solid representation, at least for my collection, until Hasbro give us a Don Cheadle head sculpt. That would be great. Also, this Maria Hill came out in 2015 and still holds up in the collection, but that would be nice for a redo. And then we've had a couple of versions now of Everett Ross. Now, remember, I can't really swap out this new Skrull head sculpt to any character, let alone Everett, because it's got the neck attached. So the neck doesn't pop off on this body, so you can't really make that work, unfortunately. And two of these characters on the table don't even survive until the end of the series. Again, it frustrates me. I'm not happy about it, but go and watch my Nick Fury review to hear me rant and rave. And then let's go back in time and have a young Nick Fury and a younger Talos, I suppose, from the Captain Marvel film. I suppose it makes sense to see him in his Skrull form. There we go. Now we have Skrull Talos and Skrull Talos and Nick Fury. And here we have Talos Skrull compared to a couple of the other live action MCU figures we got in this Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave with Kingpin and Yelena Belova. And while it's in Skrull form, here we have a couple of Marvel Legend comic Skrulls for a quick comparison. And we really do need another opportunity to add some of these Army Builder Skrulls to our collection. Hasbro, get them back out there. And let's keep them in Skrull form to meet some of the Who crew. It is, of course, Frogman, Tigra, and Jocasta, who is reading out comments from the last Marvel Legends review. So make sure you leave a comment on this video, and she may pick you for the next one. Who have you picked today?
Displayed once says, but he's got a new hat.
And then, of course, last but never least, it is Captain Britain and Hal Fire Hank. Who's that? Did anyone else see that? What the hell is going on? Anyway, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure Wave Secret Invasion Talos. Honestly, this is probably one of my favourite of the wave. Now, I know it is just basically a civilian body, not the most dynamic of action figures, but it's all about what it represents, and I think they have executed it in plastic ever so well. They have gave us both versions of a character demonstrating his power set and given us options for the display. So all in all, I'm very happy with this. I'll probably end up getting a second one if it goes on sale down the line, just so I can display both versions on the shelf, as I would like to get that Ben Mendelsohn likeness on the display. But then the Skrulls are good as well. Like, we need more Skrulls just to sort of sporadically put around our collection, both in MCU and comic. That would be fun for sure. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, go and check out my Nick Fury review if you want to hear some real ranting and raving. It was a bit of a mess. I liked some of it, but didn't like a lot of it. Very, very frustrating show for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Check out Legendsverse, but most importantly, check out the videos tab, find the playlist, the podcasts, and please, please, please hit that subscribe button, hit all on the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much, much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter or X at Dan Who Reviews, and I will of course see you on the next one.